Hello friends, today is 30th August 2017. Let us have a discussion on the important news that we have today. Before starting it, I would like to tell you that I have collected the news which I found important. Some of you may find it unimportant, so I am not guaranteeing that it is sufficing your need 100%, but it may help you to have some important news of the day. So pardon me if you find it bit less important, but I have collected it based on my experience. So first news which I collected is that ISRO opens up satellite making to industry. See what is happening in India, that ISRO is the sole agency which is experimenting and which is making satellite for space. But in order to improve the efficiency, competition, cost cutting, and more advancement in the sector, it is very important to have private players also in the competition. So ISRO has opened up to the industries also, and domestic entities that can give it up to 18 spacecraft a year. Okay, so basically ISRO requires 18 spacecraft. This is not, that only 18 is required. Based on the average requirement of the ISRO, we can say that only 18 spacecraft is required in a year, and it would require mid to late 2018. So the industry is open to private player also, which will increase the competition, which will increase the motivation to the private player to come in this sector. Next news, bit less important, but I thought that it would be refreshing to all of you, that Admiral Sunil Lamba, who is the Chief of Indian Naval Staff, admired the approach to solve the Doklam issue. Uh, Chief of Committee of Staff means that we have three defense forces. One is aircraft, one is army, and one is navy. Senior most of these three would be given this post of Chief of Committee of Staff. Chief of Staff Committee, you can say Chief of Staff Committee would be the appropriate name. So he is also the Chief of Staff Committee, Admiral Sunil Lamba. Next news item which I found important was that Malé, which is in Maldives. So we find that Chinese warship was stationed at Malé, Maldives, which is situated in the ocean, Indian Ocean, and which is a cause of concern for India also, and which also reflects that China is growing influence in the uh, Indian Ocean, and it is also having influence on the constructing major infrastructure project. So it is also constructing China Maldives Friendship Bridge, and China Maldives Friendship Bridge is from Malé to Hulhul Island. So Hulhule Island, I searched on the net and found that it is adjacent to Malé, and Hulhule is adjacent to Malé, and China is helping in that infrastructure project. So it it basically indicates that China is gradually increasing its presence in the Indian Ocean, which is also a cause of concern for India. Next is Joint Intelligence Chief NR Ravi. This is important because his tenure has been extended by the government, and he was the one who signed the framework agreement on behalf of center to the this National Socialist Council of Nagaland, Isaac Muaya, in 2015. Decade-old insurgency was there, And after signing this agreement, this framework agreement on behalf of government, insurgency has come to a halt. So just giving a brief about the insurgency, Naga people want that there should be a greater Nagaland or Nagalim, which is going to unite around 1.2 million Naga people. And Naga people does not reside only in the Nagaland. They reside in adjacent state of they reside adjacent Assam. They reside also in Manipur. They reside also in Arunachal Pradesh. So what is happening that they want to break the boundaries of it, and they want to merge it and create another greater Nagaland kind of region, which is basically cause of contention. And this move is opposed by all these states. So that's why there was a problem. And R.N. Ravi is considered to be the expert in this matter and has been appointed as the Joint Intelligence Chief. So his tenure has been extended. Then we have Rohingya issue. This I am flagging this issue since last week. I have prepared. Uh, I have covered this news in 26th also, of 27th also. So Rohingya is basically a Muslim community residing in the Myanmar. They have not been considered the citizens of the Myanmar. Crisis is going on, so clashes and violence is going on. They are also fleeing the country. They are fleeing the country to the point of Naf River, which is there in the Bangladesh, and many of them die while crossing the river, and some of them are not, you know, accepted by the Bangladesh. They are returned, they are resent back to the original Myanmar territory, and this is a cause of concern. This is crisis, humanitarian crisis is going on, despite the appeal from UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Just have a look at where is Rakhine state and uh, where is this Naf river. Okay. Next news is related to Code of Wage Bill. Code of Wages is proposed by central government that they want to come up with a bill, and the main objective of the bill is to have a different level of minimum wages for whole country, but it will vary according to the geography of the states, and below which the states will not be allowed to fix the wages. Here I have mentioned no state government fixes the minimum wage below the national minimum wage notified, this is important, notified for that area by central government. So this bill is going to come, which is there for minimum wages. This is also small important news. Central Electronic Limited, government is going to have 100% strategic sales. That's why I have taken it. It has right now it has a net worth of around 55 crores. So government has decided to go for 100% strategic sale. It wants to transfer the 100% shares and management and control everything. It was incorporated in 1974, and it is under the administrative control of Ministry of Science and Technology. This is also very important topic, equivalence of post. So why equivalence of post? Equivalence of post is necessary because there should be a yardstick through which the OBC employees of the central government, state government, various PSBs, PSUs can be having same level playing field kind of thing. Okay, and there would be a yardstick through which this can be measured. For example, junior grade management scale 1, or you can say the officers equivalent to PO in the banks, can be equated with the grade 1 officer or grade A officer of the central government or state government. So the government wants such kind of yardstick in order to extend the benefit of those serving in the lower categories in PSUs. Further, the creamy layer has been cap of creamy layer has been kept at 8 lakh. Those who are getting 8 lakh and above are in the creamy layer. Those who are getting below 8 lakh rupees can only be considered non-creamy layer and can get the benefit of the OBC. Further, the government had asked the commission to have more categorization and inclusion of the people in the OBC category. Some couple of days back, this was the news. Third, the government want OBC commission to have constitutional status also. So government is also working on that part. So that is why I have selected this news, because this is currently going on. Second, we have Vidvan. Vidvan is an kind of innovation. Details are yet to come in the newspaper, but this is an innovation by Center for Development of Telematics, which is the research and development center of the Government of India or Department of Telecom, which has come up with an innovation for solution to the call drops or network failure at various locations. So today there was a foundation day of CDOTS, and Telecom Secretary and Telecom Minister both had addressed the gathering, and they were of the opinion that presently India is importing around 70 to 80% of the equipments, which is causing huge import burden on the India, which can be reduced if the CDOTS is coming up with such kind of innovations. So now next is Atal Pension Yojana. Atal Pension Yojana is a financial security scheme for unorganized workers. It would give financial security, social security to an unorganized sector after 60 years of age. So it requires certain contribution, and after 60 years it would start giving you kind of pension every month, which would be fixed in the denomination, either 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000. And for these annuity or payments, one worker has to contribute different sum during its subscription. So there are different provisions of it, and it says that minimum 8% returns are assured, and even if the returns are higher pension would be given to the subscriber. Whereas in case of lower returns, less than 8%, minimum 8% would be given by Government of India. Some more provision: it was launched in 2015, and subscription would be completed on 60 years. Minimum subscription would be for 20 years. Minimum age would be 18 years. Maximum age would be 40 years. And in case of death of the subscriber, the spouse has to get the pension. After death of spouse, the nominee has to get the entire wealth of the pension. So this was some aspect related to Atal Pension Yojana. I have included it because UPSC had asked one question in the past on the Atal Pension Yojana. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. I have covered only those topics which I found that were necessary, and there could be some other topics which I have not been able to include in my video. I would try to do it in future. For example, the map where China and Maldives are building friendship bridge, this Male to Hulhule. This is very adjacent to the Male. So you can search on the map also where is Hulhule Island. And similarly, Rohingya Rakhine state I have not included, because in the last lecture I had included the map of Bangladesh as well as Myanmar, and I had also shown you where was that river demarcating countries, or dissecting both the countries. Bangladesh and Myanmar were flowing Naf river. Naf river. So hope you enjoyed the video. I will include more details in future, and thanks a lot.